project slots and the order that we're going to have for each group and their pitch. After that, we will have some words from Hernando Barreto, our executive director, the order that we're and then we will start with the pitch presentation, okay? After that, we will have like 5 minutes for the juries to choose what their thing will be like the best groups. Then we will announce the winners, and after all, we will have space with our holbies for the awards, okay? Okay, so I'm very glad to show you all our juries today. I don't know if you're able to see the picture of Federico. It should be there because I put it there. So first of all, we have Federico Lara. He's one of our international juries. He's currently the Chief Innovation Architect and Business Observability Leader at New Relic, and he's a former FedEx CTO. So we're really glad for him to be here, and we're sure he has a lot to say and comments to give to all of our holbies for their pitch and their MVPs. We also have Edgar Duque. He's also an international jury, and he's currently the investment associate at Techstars Miami and a former product and innovation mentor for different companies. So their presence here is really important too, and we're really glad to have him. We have Ricardo Incapié. He's our national jury. He's former hobby, so it's really, really good for us to have him here because he's now from a different position, no giving a pitch, but as a jury, and he's currently working as a DevOps engineer at Genius Sports. He was here as a hobby in 2020, so it's really, really good for us to have him. And finally, also as an international jury, we have Jorge Telles. He's currently the Chief Community Officer at Revelo and former Director of Growth and Operations at Turing School of Software and Design. So thank you all again. I've said thank you like a lot, but thank you for being here and give us like the space to show us the projects our holbies from cohort 18 have been working on and to give them your feedback or your comments about it, okay? Sorry if you're not able to see the picture of it. Oh, look at him here. Really good. So our holbies, they already know the order that we have, but I would like to repeat it now. So we have everything like 100% clear, okay? So our first team will be linking farmers. Remember, everyone has 5 minutes for your pitch, and after those 5 minutes, the juries have time to ask them questions or to give comments that they think are important for each group, okay? So we have after that, the second team, Dragonsoft, Black Moon Tech, Hardsoft, iTeam, Redstone, JLJ, and finally we have the team Spark. Okay, so the idea will be to have 5 minutes of presentation and 5 minutes from questions or comments the juries have for each group. Okay. And now I would like to allow Hernando to say one words regarding this space. As you all know, he's the CEO of Holbert Colombia by Code Price and the executive director. Okay, so go ahead, Hernando. Thank you.
Thank you, Paulina, and thank you to the juries that are with us today. I think I know that all of you has a very busy schedule, and you have made the time for be with us, especially not for us, but for this talent in Holberton that really is eager to go to the world and show the talent that they have as new programmers. One of the goals today will be for them to demonstrate the skills that they have completed. And we are very proud of the teams that are presenting today. We have been doing training in software development in Colombia since 2019, since cohort 8. This is our cohort 18, and we have seen very good and incredible projects during these years. And of course, this is also one of those group of projects that is really very interesting, very well executed, but will be for the juries to give the feedback to the different teams. And we are on a mission to provide through the programming, through the software development, really in Colombia and Latin America, even Florida now, really an alternative for economic development, thinking and talking about why it's critical and important, even when Latin America is apparently under very difficult conditions right now, is because these jobs in software development and as programmers are borderless. They really can work anywhere for any company, as many of our alumni network is doing already. And that's fundamental to help the economy and society, even in difficult circumstances, or even when the economy is not as good as probably was. Then this is an invitation to keep driving and then to keep doing what programmers can do, what industry can do in software, because that's the future. That's the digital economy is here to stay and to lead economic development in many parts of the world, including Latin America. Then thank you all. Good job. Good luck in the presentations today. And let's go to see the projects. Thank you.
Hernando, thank you so much for your words. Holbies, welcome to this big day, to the juries. Thank you so much. So we're gonna start. Let's start. This journey is the moment that you've been waiting for 9 months. And my name is Natalia Paeres. For those who don't know me, I'm the talent coordinator. I've been with the Holbies since day one, so I have seen their process. And I can only say I'm very proud of all of you. I'm very proud and very, very honored to be here and to be able to watch your presentations. So let's do it. Let's start with our first group. Our speaker is Nicolas Cuevas. Lincoln Farmers is the name of the group. And Nico, are you there whenever you're ready? I'm mixing music with the presentation.
Hello, good morning to everyone here.
Hi, Nico, good morning. So whenever you're ready, you can share your screen. Okay?
Sure, just 1 second. Okay, can you all see my screen now?
Yes, we're able to see it.
Okay, and let's go. Okay, Lincoln Farmers. So did you guys know that only 20% or less of what you have paid for flowers at any point is what actually the farmer is earning for that product? So this was mainly the issue that we are trying to fix with our project. So the problem is that, as I already say, the farmers that produce the flowers here in Colombia are earning way too little money. And this is because they don't have a direct access to the big market. So they have to sell through intermediaries the product that they produce, and therefore they are winning way, way less. For example, 10 roses cost around 3,000 pesos here in Colombia for them. They sell to 3,000 pesos, and you actually buy that on the street up to like 12,000, 15,000, or 20,000 pesos. That's a really big gap in the money, and therefore we see that this is a really big issue, and we are trying to fix it with like creating a bridge between the farmers and the final buyers, so they can win a better money than they are actually getting right now. And this is why This is why we develop a mobile app that is going to interact as a mediator between the farmers directly and the final buyer. So the idea of this mobile app is that either farmers and the final buyer can be like us or just a store that sells flower arrangements, can interact directly and have like the direct negotiation there in the app, so they can sell directly and they don't have to like go to intermediaries and sell for really, really low prices. So here is a little video of what we have developed in our app. Here, as you can see, this is the login screen. We have the option to register. You can either register as a buyer or a seller. You will have to place all the information that you're seeing here on screen. This information is going to be validated, so we make sure that you are like a real person or a real company. So this validation at the moment is going to be manually made by us, so we have to check the business or the people that are real. And here, as you can see, when you log in to the app, you can see either the list of flowers of sellers and buyers, and you can choose whatever you like. So you can see all the information, so you know it's a real deal and everything like that. Here you can see the interaction of how the app is currently working. So we have developed this, and here you can just log in and see all the information that you need. So this is just the last part of the video where the login is completed, and you can see the list of all the buyers and the sellers as well. So the tools that we used to develop this app were mainly Flutter and Dart. Flutter, for those of you who maybe don't know, is a tool that allows you to design either web or mobile apps. And Dart is the language used on this tool. We also use Postgres to manage all of our data information, Flask, and a little bit of Python. So we have a few challenges and difficulties on this project, mainly because the Flutter tool and the Dart language were new to us. So we didn't know that basically at all. So we have to learn the language, learn the tool, being able to install emulators for the tool to like we can run the app so it can be shown as a real mobile app on our computer. It was really a challenging work, but we managed to pull it off. And also with the teamwork, basically our group had some difficulties because we were never like on schedule. We couldn't really work together. So we have to like work on what the people have already done, but we were able to achieve that. And we feel really proud about the result that we have already. And for some features of our app, as you can see, we only have 1 month to work, but we plan to develop a chat interaction button so you can chat directly between the seller of the buyer, so you can maybe negotiate or just make sure that everything is correct. And we also plan to add the tool to like sell directly to the app, something like Mercado Libre or Amazon that allows you to purchase directly in the app. And that was all for our project. Thank you so much for your attention. Here is the teamwork that did the work. So Manuel Esteban Rodriguez, Daniel Santiago Lopez, and myself, Nicolas Cuevas. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Nico. I invite the whole group to turn on their camera because now we're gonna give the space to the juries so that they can ask questions. There is Manuel and I see Nico. So
I have specific questions, but I'd rather go at the end. I want to make maybe what I'm asking, someone else already had it, but.
perfect. So let's start with Jorge Telles from Revelo.
Well, first, thanks for the presentation, and I think it's a really interesting problem, the one that you tried to tackle. My question is, how did you come up with the solution? Did you, interview, I don't know, sellers? How did you understand the process? How did you come up? You came up with, exploring this area in particular.
Okay, got it. So I don't know really how this works. So should I just answer, or we have like turns, or anyone can answer? So just to make sure.
No, you can answer, Nico.
I don't know if Manu wants to collaborate here, or should I? You?
You
Okay. 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 So basically, Manuel here knows a lot about flowers and the business industry. So he really had like a real information about this. He really know about everything about the prices, the like big companies here in Colombia. He really explained that all to us, and that he really makes us realize that there is a real issue here, that the farmers are earning like way low money than they should, and that it is because they don't have the tools or the options to connect with people. They are in the little town and they have to sell to the big companies that only them reach there, and therefore we see that like a real problem that we can like approach with this mobile app, and that we can actually fix. It's something like this. It is real.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Anyone else, or should I proceed?
I saw, Ricardo, you had your hands up. I don't know if you want
No,
to
but
ask.
it was related with last question. Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
perfect. Thank you. So yes, go ahead, Federico.
So first of all, if somebody on the team wants to answer in Spanish, somos latinos aquí, así que me encanta poder practicar lo más que pueda, por favor. I understand that the concept of, we all, I believe, whether it's flowers, whether it's fruit, that what the people actually produce, in fact, 20%, what I think is actually higher than what I thought they were actually getting. So that's impressive. But the fact of the matter is that if you're talking some small circumstances, that may make sense. But if the reason that these farmers have to sell is not just because of the price, because they have to sell in bulk. They can't wait around for orders to come in, like you see a toy store. That's the first situation that I see challenging with this idea. The second one is the fact that even if they did have orders left and right, we are assuming that each one of these farmers have the logistics to actually fulfill orders, which is a completely different scenario as well. I mean, the concept of just saying these people are making a lot less, we can go directly to the buyer. We all want that to happen, but unless your idea has some creativity in it, like similar to if you want to join this network, you have to put at least $10,000. You'll get good prices, and we've actually partnered with a logistics provider that actually pick up. I mean, there's so many different elements that you haven't covered or talked about. And this is where I think, just looking at the problem solution is very limited way of seeing it. So that's what I'm saying. It's from a conceptual idea, it's interesting, but it's empty. I don't see all the other very urgent elements in it. How do you answer to that?
Sure, I understand. So basically, we are not trying to fix the whole problem. We are not saying that our mobile app is going to cover all of the sales that the farmers are getting. We are sure that this is not going to happen.
All right.
So the first step is that we are going to create some sales for a very higher price than what they're selling. We know that they have to sell to the big companies still because they produce massively. So they have to sell all what they have because they produce every day and every week. And this is too much flowers for us to cover using one app. We know that. However, we plan to expand that. So as of now, this is only 1 month of development of the app. We haven't, of course, covered all of the issues and all of the variants. However, we think that with the app, we can produce a high value of sales, even though it's not massively, but we can increase the sales of the farmers. Even though it's a little bit at the beginning, we can expand that maybe later.
Yeah, I understand that, but at the same time, you're saying the app, you can do this with a website. You don't need an app for this. It's not like you're doing it 30 times a day. That's first of all. Second of all, though, the logistics, there's no logistics in there, even as a basic matter. And on the buyer side, anybody can join. Well, there has to be a financial commitment. So unless there's logistics, what the worst thing that I see that is, if I actually buy it, I don't know how I'm going to actually get the product, So if there's no logistics to this, it's simply like saying it's a great idea, but I guess it solved its way or it's going to work its way out.
Of course.
So anything about the logistics on this?
I understand. So right now we currently haven't worked on the logistics. As I said, we have only worked on this, learning the tools and designing the app by 1 month. It's just a little.
But that's got nothing to do with the code. It's got nothing to do with the code. I mean, I'm talking.
Okay, so no, at the moment we don't have anything related to logistics. So far as we think the app should work is that they can arrange their own logistic through the chat, and they can, okay, I send you this, and you send me the money like every other business. But we plan to add the logistics side, as I mentioned, like something like Mercado Libre or Amazon, where you can actually, like, we can place a PSE button. I don't know if that's the name, PSE button. So you can buy directly and it's covered by all the security. But we plan that to add that like in the future. It's currently not there.
All right. So, thank you.
You're welcome.
I would like to mention something, and it's related. This demo day is not a typical startup demo day where the business strategy and the actual solution is the main topic point. Is more in the engineering solution, and of course, in order to provide a software solution, you need to start with a problem. Then, of course, in these 4 weeks, the focus has been not in the business side, but in the technical part, how to solve a problem that potentially exists, and try to show the ability to technically solve that potential problem, but it's not the typical startup pitch proposing an idea and how to grow exponentially and how to raise capital.
But Hernando, but that's my specific issue with this. Is not I'm a technologist. I'm not an entrepreneur.
Right.
I just these ideas that are put forth, if they're not creative from the beginning, if they're not saying we're going to connect these two things together, we're going to have this part that works with this part, and this is how it's going to be. That's what I'm really looking at. I'm looking at the product itself, and the product itself is something that basically you want an order, you want to fulfill it, it's done. And it's got to be a bit more creative than that. That's all I mentioned. I hope I'm not out of line. That's it.
Sure. Absolutely. But just was trying to.
Oh, certainly. I'm going to look.
And that the focus is how to solve a problem with technology more than how to create an exponential business. But because of course they potentially can take this idea and iterate more in the future, but not necessarily. The idea is to create a startup that is going to grow exponentially.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm not even looking at the problem. I'm not a problem believer. I look at creativeness. So, I mean, I think that, but we'll go ahead. I do apologize. I wanted to get the context of it. Thank you.
All right.
All right. Are there more questions, or we can move on?
We can move on.
Do I have time for one quick one?
Yes, of course.
Okay. I know, Nicolas, you mentioned a couple of the challenges that you encountered as a team. Which would you say was the biggest one that you encountered, and how did you resolve it?
The biggest difficulty or challenge? I'm sorry, I didn't.
The biggest challenge in working as a team.
In working as a team, I would say the schedules. So we were not able to basically work together at the same time at any point. So we have to, and because we were working with a new tool. So for example, Manuel was working on the backend, all the information that is being stored on the app. He was working on that, for example, and he told me like, hey, can you do this when I finish this part? And I was like, okay, but since the tool was new, I have to like learn all what he has done, repeat all his process, and then I could continue at work. So that was like the most challenging part, that we have to like really go back, learn what the other people has made. Even it was a small change, we have to like really understand everything, and then we can continue forward. Therefore, it really took us like a while to develop.
I have a quick question. I'm sorry, this is a technical question.
Yeah.
Based upon what you showed us today, why did you choose to go into a Flutter situation and not just pretty much just put components together, something pre-made? I mean, I like Flutter, but only if you're building something that's really going to need it. It's like, why did you use that big engine for something so simple?
I understand. So basically, it was presented to us in one of the tools that we can use for the Capstone project, and we decided to choose this because it was new, and we find it was a really good challenge for us to basically learn a new technology, a new tool, and develop something, because we thought that it could really assimilate a real life work situation where you maybe don't know all the answers or all the information, and you have to like really learn and work on some progress by yourself to actually pull something off. So we find it was a really good challenge for us.
Interesting. So simply, it's as a technologist, it's always good to choose a tool based upon what you're building. You know, you're not going to use a hacked, a big machine to do something small. So that's the reason I asked. Thank you.
Yeah, I understand.
Well, thank you so much. The jury, I know that Paulina sent you like a Google form. If you are able to please to fill it out so that we know your opinion and the score you can give to the group, okay? Nico, Manu, Danny, thank you so much for your presentation. Now we're gonna move with our second group.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I see Ricardo is here. Hi, Ricardo.
Excuse me, can you see my screen?
Yes, I believe we can.
Okay. I think that I have problem with my internet. Okay. Well, many are called, but few are chosen. This life motto seems to apply perfectly to the work of software developers. Good morning, my name is Ricardo Montaña, and I'm part of this wonderful world of programming. Like many of us, I find myself in the difficult task of finding employment in this competitive market. We spend long hours organizing our networking of professional portfolios, researching hiring prospects without knowing if there is one or more companies that need a profile like ours. For this reason, the Cohort engineering team has created the Holberton Talent Hub, a platform designed to connect companies with Holberton graduate developers. It's an honor for me and my teammates to have been invited to develop the interface of this application. This platform consists in a website that can be accessed by anyone interested in contacting a developer graduated from Holberton, Colombia. Through this site, companies looking for qualified talent will be able to find information related to the project that developers have submitted in the final stage of the foundation program. To begin, you must select the project options from the top of menu. In this section, the visitor can select the project of interest to see more details about it, along with the detailed description of each project. We'll find a list of team members who presented it. In the space corresponding to each member of the team, you will find detailed information like name, photograph, technical skills, and technologies mastered, among others. In this section, you can select the developer that fits the required profile, and you will enter the section in which you have access to his personal data or curriculum vitae. In this part, you can find all the information related to the professional profile, as well as link to the developer social networks. On the other hand, if the visitor wishes to have direct access to the list of Holberton, to the list of Holberton graduate developers, they can do so by entering through talent option in the top menu, which will display a complete list on the screen where you can see relevant information about each of them. The medium term objective is to offer many more tools. However, in this moment, the platform complies with the basic principle of being communication bridge with companies and developers. The development of this platform presented us with some quite interesting challenges. If you take into account that it was developed with some technologies that we didn't know, such as React.js and TypeScript. But thanks to the ability to learn that we acquired at Holberton, in practically 1 week, we learned it and we were ready to start the development. The teamwork was essential and very entertaining. The constant communication with the super engineers allowed us to learn a lot and progress at the expected rate. This was definitely an unforgettable experience for all the staff involved, as it never felt like with work, but rather we playing like a game. With Holberton Talent Hub, we hope to achieve that much needed match between companies and developers. We believe that collaboration between the education and business sector is the key to success in our industry. Thank you for your time. And now I introduce you the Dragonsoft development team, Abelino Carvajal, David Perlaza, and who's speaking with you, Ricardo Montaña. Thank you so much.
Ricardo, thank you. Thank you for your presentations. I see there's one, Ricardo Incapié. Go ahead.
Hi, Ricardo and Dragonsoft team. Congrats for this presentation. I have a question regarding what's the plan for the uploading of the data? How would you address the automatization of this process?
The plan of this application is serve to communication bridge with the Holberton students to contact in enterprises and Holberton students. To the future, this application led to the students enter to this application to update your profile at the for the enterprises can consult the information on this application.
Okay, I'll try to rephrase it because I was on your side of the screen a few years ago. I know we have a good opportunity to systematize and automatize the updating of the data of the students' data or the holbies data into this platform. So I will strongly suggest to find a means, like when we fill in the capstone project data, this is a good opportunity to standardize the ingestion of this data and to have the updating of students' data into the platform automatized. It will be very good because you also need to be as fast as possible up online so you can find a job ASAP. So yeah.
Okay, thank you for your advice. and we take the part of the front end, and the engineers of Cohort are making the part of the backend.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Before I give the word to the other two juries, I'm going to say something that maybe if you holbies don't understand any like a question, we can try to do it in Spanish. Okay. Okay, Federico, he's happy about that. Yes, we can try to do that. Okay, and the answer as well, because at the end we all need to we want to answer all the questions, and we want to be sure that you also as holbies understand what the juries are trying to tell you. So feel comfortable. Just let's continue, but you have that option as well. Okay, let's go with Jorge.
Ok, yo lo voy a hacer en español entonces, aprovechando, sabes, como la oportunidad. Y nada, primero, a mí me tocó fundar 3 bootcamps, entonces creo que esto que ustedes están haciendo es bastante necesario. Y tengo 2 preguntas en particular. La primera es, dado que realmente el usuario de esta plataforma, o sea, uno de los usuarios son las empresas, ustedes tuvieron oportunidad de hablar con empleadores para ver cuáles eran las cosas que ellos ¿sabes? Estaban buscando, la información que querían ver en los portafolios de los chamos, etcétera. No sé si tuvieron esa oportunidad de ver realmente lo que buscaban las empresas en un desarrollador junior para diseñar el front.
Ok, básicamente lo que nosotros hicimos fue consultar con holbies que ya son egresados de Holberton, quienes nos han manifestado qué solicitudes o qué requerimientos han tenido las empresas con ellos a su momento de ingresar. Entonces eso nos ha dado como una base para entender qué necesidades tienen las empresas y enfocarnos básicamente en las tecnologías que nosotros queremos mostrar allí. Sin embargo, la idea de la aplicación como tal es que las empresas puedan consultar, puedan a través de algunos filtros que se le agregarán pues a futuro, porque pues esta aplicación la hicimos totalmente escalable, puedan consultar con base en tecnologías y con base en habilidades técnicas y encontrar allí el holby o el estudiante que pueda aplicar para sus necesidades. Aparte de las tecnologías que nosotros aprendemos en Holberton, pues tenemos la capacidad y la habilidad para aprender muchas otras tecnologías.
Sí, muchas gracias. Nada más mi única sugerencia sería que totalmente de acuerdo contigo, al final de cuentas los holbies tienen, o sea, son los usuarios y tienen información valiosa, pero que al final de cuentas las personas o las empresas son las que van a contratar. Sería bueno como en una siguiente fase poder entrevistar a las empresas para poder crear como unos perfiles que sean más atractivos para ellas. La otra pregunta es, ¿cuál fue su reto tecnológico más grande?
Bueno, básicamente nosotros, digamos que el reto tecnológico, pues uno siempre tiene retos muy grandes, uno quisiera hacer muchas cosas, pero a veces el tiempo tampoco le permite a uno avanzar, tiene que avanzar como al ritmo que le permite el tiempo. Entonces esto fue grandioso para nosotros haber experimentado la posibilidad de aprender una tecnología como React.js, en donde normalmente nos decían que necesitaríamos 1 mes o 2 meses para aprenderla, y gracias pues a las habilidades adquiridas en Holberton, prácticamente en una semana, como lo dije en la presentación, ya estábamos listos para empezar a desarrollar. Eso fue fascinante, fue espectacular empezar a ver resultados en corto tiempo, porque nosotros ya íbamos programando y ya íbamos viendo el resultado, y eso fue espectacular. Digamos que ese fue como nuestro reto grande, pero después de esto, si Cohort nos permitiera, sería bueno poder explorar más tecnologías y ponernos retos mucho mayores para sacar adelante este proyecto.
Muchísimas gracias, Ricardo. La verdad es que sí está bonita, ¿eh? Pero bueno, gracias.
Gracias, Jorge. Continuamos con Edgar y luego Federico.
Bueno, Ricardo, muchas gracias. Tenía una pregunta fuera de la parte técnica. ¿Qué desafíos enfrentaron como equipo a la hora de trabajar juntos?
La verdad, yo creo que de pronto se presenta, uno ve al comienzo un pequeño desafío y uno dice, ¿cómo vamos a sincronizar los tiempos para poder trabajar virtualmente? Sí, porque a veces es difícil sincronizar ese tiempo, uno está ocupado en una cosa, otro en otra actividad y no es fácil, pero realmente no fue complicado. Nosotros logramos sincronizar el tiempo, establecer los horarios que nos íbamos a reunir y con el grupo de ingenieros de Cohort, que es la empresa que nos estaba, para la cual hicimos la aplicación, ellos también estuvieron muy pendientes de nosotros, hubo mucha comunicación. Como lo dije, repito, como lo dije en la presentación, para nosotros más que un trabajo, lo sentíamos como si estuviéramos participando en un juego, porque fue espectacular, sobre todo saber que estábamos haciendo una aplicación que, que nos compromete a nosotros como estudiantes, o sea, que tiene que ver en la que tenemos mucha participación nosotros como estudiantes y como egresados.
Gracias.
Gracias a ti.
Sí, sí, Ricardo, muchas gracias. Cuando empezaron en este concepto, me imagino que lo están dirigiendo para que gente pueda posiblemente contratar estudiantes o gente que ha pasado por el curso. ¿Es correcto? ¿Ese es el objetivo, diríamos?
Sí, de acuerdo. Sí, de acuerdo, Federico.
Y en ciertos casos, obviamente uno dice, bueno, la gente que la va a contratar, toca que ellos lleguen a la página, toca que ellos revisen perfiles. Y claro, si hay 10 personas es fácil, pero si hay 100 personas ya no es tan divertido. ¿Me entiendes? Esta gente está menos yendo a LinkedIn porque hay tanta gente que estás mirando. Cuando estaba en el concepto de la idea, y es más, no solamente la idea, pues, o solamente la ejecución de la tecnología, no pensaron en algo más creativo como llegas a Holbert, en vez de enseñar fotos y personas, simplemente dices, mira, si quieres apoyar esta idea, pon la tecnología que quieres, en cuánto tiempo, cuánta experiencia, y automáticamente, regularmente miraría su base de datos, que me imagino que están usando, y de ahí en cierta manera pasarle, no sé, una vez a la semana como, mira, hemos encontrado a esa persona que estás, ¿me entiende? Algo, y eso, en vez de tanto tiempo de diseñar y menús y iconos y QR codes, podía ser el uso de la tecnología, no solamente React tiene un montón de connectors, sino tiene muchos elementos que puedes fácilmente armar cosas así. Me hago entender, porque esto es más visual, pero gente realmente no va a quedarse y chequeando la página todos los días, Ricardo. Esa es la parte que me parece. ¿Qué te parece a ti?
Sí, Federico, de acuerdo contigo. Digamos que, como decía, le comentaba yo a Edgardo, a veces el tiempo lo limita a uno, porque pues uno tiene, tiene como un tiempo y establece como un alcance de la
Ajá.
aplicación. ¿Sí? Entonces, digamos que uno pretende inicialmente llegar a ese alcance, pero sí, obviamente surgen muchas inquietudes, hay muchas posibilidades y me parece que en el término que la aplicación está en este momento, es totalmente escalable y se puede manejar a futuro y en un futuro muy próximo la posibilidad de inclusive utilizar inteligencia artificial para que esto pueda permitir una conectividad entre las empresas y los holbies.
Sí, sí, pero ni estoy hablando de inteligencia artificial, hermano, honestamente. A mí, lo que estoy hablando, te garantizo, te puedo demostrar técnicamente que toma muy poco tiempo utilizando componentes que, la realidad, porque usamos React, porque ya tienen cosas precreadas, ¿me entiendes? Que literalmente llamándolas y juntándolas es buen uso de código, es más efectivo y más eficiente y va a sacar más resultados. ¿Me entiendes? Yo sé que aquí construyendo puede hacerlo con HTML y un spreadsheet por debajo, ¿me entiendes? Pero la razón por que aprender estas plataformas es para utilizar los avances de ellas, no simplemente replicar algo que se puede usar. Como digo, es utilizando la herramienta para que estás haciendo y maximizándola. Pero eso, muchas gracias.
De acuerdo, Federico, muchas gracias a ti.
Bueno, creo que, no, I'm gonna switch to English because we have to keep speaking in English. So thank you so much, Ricardo, Avelino, and David, for your time, for your pitch. We need to continue with our agenda. So we're gonna welcome Miguel Moreno, Daniela Cartagena, and Alejandro Caballero. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And now I know, Danny, you're going to share your screen, but Miguel is the speaker, correct?
Hello, good morning, everybody.
Good
Excuse
morning.
me for the late. I have problem with my camera. Okay,
There you are, Miguel. So whenever you're ready.
please give me 1 second. I share my screen. Okay, thanks for staying here. I want you to think about this. You finish university, you finish your courses, you end up in the academy, or I don't know, you end a contract, a project, a job. And you ask yourself, what next? Go from company to company, knocking on doors for an opportunity to offer your service or offer your knowledge. How about having a site where companies go to see profiles? They can look at knowledge and skills, see professional networks like GitHub, LinkedIn, and get in touch by email or phone number. Black Moon's Tech is the ideal site. It is an easy page to handle, both for developers interested in publishing their portfolios, as for companies looking for them. It is an intuitive page, and indeed a very visual page, where you can also see profiles of other developers and perhaps catch up with competing technologies in the job market. It's just register and log in, and you can go visit the profile. Where can they put a face to the curriculum, maybe a picture of your work. Developer information can be displayed, including a biography section, where they can talk about their experience in their own words. I have a button to access to professional portfolios like LinkedIn, GitHub, page of your creation. The next is the account editor, where you can change the information and keep the profile updated. Okay, and what next? The idea is that developers can also show previously damaged templates in their profiles, and why not sell that source code from our website, but this is a work in progress. The project was completely challenging since we used a new technology for 2 members, which was PHP. We also use HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and MySQL. Through the administrator PHP MyAdmin. One problem is the managing time. I'm pretty sure was difficult, but we know how to overcome it and overcome difficulties. We found that we did much better if we work as a team person. I present to you the members of the team: Alejandro Caballero, full stack developer; Daniela Cartagena, full stack developer, and my person, Miguel Moreno, with a focus on front-end development. We hope you like it, and thank you very much for your attention.
Miguel, thank you. So I'm gonna say something. You can there's the QR code that if you scan it, you can go to their website.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Before-
yes, right.
Yes, I did that. I did that yesterday. So let's start with questions. I don't know, Federico, you have your hand up. I don't know if
Do
from
I? I'm
before.
sorry. I think it was from before. It was from
Okay,
before.
that's fine.
I'm happy to go last.
Okay,
all right.
no problem. So Jorge, let's start with you.
So just like a minor feedback, like working with the photos, like when the photos are like a little bit like distorted, that affects like a little bit the usability of the site, and also like when buttons don't look like buttons, same thing, just like some usability things. But I think like my question goes back to like the same question for the past team. What, like, how did you prioritize the features that you built? Were you able to actually talk to companies? Did you test like the UI with some potential users? Like, what was kind of like your process to actually get to develop that app?
Okay, excuse me, Jorge. My English is not so good, but I is maybe can switch to Spanish, please.
Sí, claro, sin problema.
Thanks.
Nada, te comentaba primero un poco de feedback. Te decía que las fotos estaban un poquito así como estiradas, ¿sabes? Y los botones no parecían tanto botones y eso afecta un poquito la usabilidad, pero eso era parte del feedback. Y la pregunta que yo tenía para ti era ¿cómo escogiste o cómo escogieron los features a desarrollar y la parte de la usabilidad de la plataforma? Si habían hablado con algunas empresas, si habían mostrado mockups, ¿cuál fue ese proceso para llegar como a la versión del app final que ustedes tienen?
Bueno, realmente el proyecto inicial es un poco más ambicioso, pero por temas de tiempo en el desarrollo total, solamente presentamos el MVP, que es el producto mínimo viable, que sería este. La idea final del proyecto es que los desarrolladores también puedan subir dentro de sus perfiles plantillas previamente diseñadas, que ellos puedan vender estas plantillas a empresas que entren a buscar, o sea, un desarrollador que tenga las habilidades que están buscando, o si simplemente necesitan un código base para comenzar a hacer sus plantillas ellos mismos. La idea inicial es esa. Este es el producto mínimo viable. Decidimos usar pues las tecnologías que están a nuestro alcance en el momento y decidimos incursionar en una que es PHP, que una de nuestras compañeras pues ya tiene el uso y el manejo de conocimiento de ella, entonces fue algo que incursionamos en ello.
Buenísimo, muchas gracias.
A usted, Jorge, gracias.
Okay, I don't know if we... Okay, go ahead.
Sí. Well, puede serlo en castellano ahí está el punto. Yo sé que me enseñan a hacer un MVP. Yo no creo en MVPs. Yo creo que tienes un producto que sea, el producto puede ser pequeño, no puede ser mínimo viables. No estoy de acuerdo con esa ideología. Si vos me has dicho aquí y me gusta la idea de que puedes compartir código, correcto. Si vos tenías esa idea, yo hubiera creado algo que solamente haría eso. Como eres un programador, creas una cuenta, pones todo tu código, de aquí puedes compartirlo con alguien que quiera hacer trabajo, un proyecto. Y solamente haciendo eso es mucho más poderoso. ¿Entiendes, Daniel? Es mucho más efectivo. En vez de crear un sistema donde se loguea, crear una cuenta, mirar perfiles, otra vez regresamos a ideologías que ya son muy, muy antiguas. Sí, obviamente, y puedes algo tan básico como un logo diciendo, créate aquí nombre de programador, ¿qué código? PHP, ¿qué código? ¿Me entiendes? Go, muy bien, y ahora puedes compartir con cualquiera que quieras. Como eso, como una sembrilla, y eso no es un producto ni viable, eso es un producto. ¿Me entiendes, Daniel? Algo más, y eso puedes hacerlo con bajos recursos, no necesitas ser muy complejo para lograr algo así. ¿Qué te parece, hermano?
Sí, es correcto, gracias. La idea sí es trabajar y tener un poquitico más alcance dentro de la página. Mira cómo más, qué otros campos podemos incursionar con ello.
Sí, puedes hacer menos y lograr más. Ese es mi punto.
Okay.
Y tener algo completo.
Listo, gracias, Federico.
Great. Thank you, Juris, for your questions and for your feedback. Miguel, Dani, Alejo, Thank you so much for your pitch. And now we have to move on with the next group. They're coming in, Silvana, Jonathan, Giovanni.
Good morning.
Good morning. So I understand, like Silvana is going to be the speaker, or
Okay,
okay, Giovanni is going to use Silvana's Zoom. Okay.
okay, good morning. We are the Harsos. Our project was done with a company, BHacker. This company allows people and organizations to acquire knowledge, skill, and strategies to develop capacities in the cybersecurity current and future. BHacker has added a career of the development of a tool that allows the profiling of professional interesting, the formation of roles, and well-defined job profiles. Our software have user. The platform allows users to generate a profile by filling out the registration form to access through a username, the username email, password, and later perform the test. At the end of the test, the person delivers results according to the selected words, which are associated with categories that define the user profile. Administrator. The team offers administrative environment through the which a user with the administrator roles can visualize the answer and the categories with which they use has more affinity, create a new categories and add words to them and generates reports.
As we present this demo video with which we show the navigation of our platform. We have two different environments, one for an administrator and another for users. For access, an administrator must enter his credentials. They are their email and password. In this environment, the administrator can add, modify, and delete categories to be used in the text. You also have access to the words in each category and to the results and reports of the text made by text user. For users, the interaction process with the platform begins with a registration that is carried out with basic data that is stored in our database. After registered, you enter the platform with your respective credentials, and the system immediately sends you the first sequence of the text, where you must select the words or phrase that you consider to be related to your profile. Each of the words is related to a category, and the software will perform the iterations that are necessary until it calculates market trend toward a certain category in order to recommend the user a learning path to follow according their profile. The technologies implemented on the backend Python and Flash framework and MySQL database. With these technologies, an ORM database model was implemented with SQL Alchemy. and API REST to connect the backend with the frontend. In the frontend, HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, and jQuery. And the challenge we faced during the project were diverse. The first was to connect and start the needs of the company. We also have maintained efficient communication with each other as the team to stay in sync. This was even more difficult because in addition to work, we had to study, which forced us to separate from our families. And finally, we take this opportunity to learn and delve in new technologies. Our team, Silvana Jaramillo in backend, Giovanni Perez in backend too, yeah, and me, Jonathan Ramos, in frontend. Thanks for your attention.
Thank you, team. So now I'm gonna give space for the juries. Jorge.
How like it's why did you decide to focus on such a like very like small like niche? That's kind of like one of my first questions, and the other one is how did you prioritize features you know, to get to this stage? Because I know that you have such a short time, so I wonder how did you you know, choose you know, the features that you were to focus on.
Sorry, Jorge. You are you can ask in Spanish, please.
Yeah, for sure. So, mi primera pregunta es, ¿cómo, o sea, por qué escogieron un nicho como tan específico? ¿Sabes? Así que como que solo enfocarse en esa parte como, ¿sabes? De ciberseguridad. Y la otra es, dado que tiene un tiempo muy corto, ¿cómo priorizaron las funcionalidades a desarrollar en esta aplicación?
Ok, bueno, es algo muy específico, ¿cierto? Ya pues que algo pues como a lo que se dedica la empresa, ¿cierto? Obviamente ellos tienen varias ramas de estudio y de eso se trata el software, ¿cierto? Que se pueda encaminar a una de las ramas que tienen, pero sí va enfocado todo a la ciberseguridad, que es lo que se dedican ellos. En cuanto a las prioridades, todo el tiempo contamos con el acompañamiento de una ingeniera de software, la cual nos da unas pautas y unos pasos a seguir. Igual pues creo que fue de las mejores cosas que pudimos hacer con una empresa, ya que seguimos como unas pautas que me imagino pues que así es ya la vida real, pues ya enfocado a la parte laboral. Pero en sí, pues, si los pasos eran los que nos da la empresa, al final de pronto sí comentamos un poco más de lo que llevamos, porque había que entregar pues un producto final y de pronto por tiempo se dificultaba, entonces se cambiaron un poquito las prioridades.
Bueno, muchas gracias. Buenas respuestas.
Gracias.
Ricardo Hincapié.
Gracias, Natalia. Bueno, pues felicitaciones. Yo hubiera querido que hubieran solucionado el tema de la cámara en la presentación para poder ver lo que estaban, digamos, ver. También uno comunica mucho con su rostro y con su expresión corporal. Entonces, recuerden que en momentos críticos, cuando tenemos esas presentaciones, definitivamente tenemos que solucionar. Solucionaron al final y eso está bien, pero esa solución puede haber llegado más temprano. Lo otro que les quería preguntar es, interesante lo que dijiste, Jonathan, sobre la ingeniera de software con la que trabajaron todo el tiempo.
Giovanni.
Giovanni. ¿Cómo fue ese proceso y qué fue lo más difícil de seguir requerimientos ya de un ingeniero o una ingeniera de software?
Bueno, personalmente, pues, y bueno, ni tan personal, pues porque todos como que concluimos con lo mismo, ¿cierto? Pero lo que yo más comenté con el equipo era como, ¿será que para mañana nos puso mucho trabajo? Era como una pregunta, pero ¿será que está muy animada? Era algo más o menos así, pues que pensábamos en ese momento. Pero la verdad sí eran cosas que sí podían hacer. La empresa es muy consciente del alcance y del corto tiempo y también del conocimiento que podemos tener pues sin conocernos. Pero más o menos ahí nada, pues es un proceso de estudio, están en un proceso. eh, Podemos llegar a este alcance. Entonces, también me imagino que ellos nos miden también por lo que vamos entregando. Si cumplimos, entonces nos van soltando más tareas, nos ponen nuevas entregas. Entonces, utilizamos, por ejemplo, Trello, donde todos los días entrábamos, colocamos las actividades, después pasábamos lo que íbamos terminando y colocamos nuevas. A veces, digamos que en cosas que nos daban dificultad, digamos que no entregamos el otro día, pero eran cosas que se hablaban. También nos preguntaban más o menos cuánto tiempo piensan que se puede demorar haciendo esto. Pues no, fue muy bueno porque hubo muy buena comunicación.
Qué pena, no entendí el producto. No entendí lo que realmente, y si me pueden dar en 5 segundos qué es lo que hace para que yo finalmente, mil disculpas.
Perfecto. La necesidad que nos plantea
BitHacker es la de poder perfilar diferentes usuarios
Ajá.
interesados en aprender o especializarse en la rama de la ciberseguridad, ¿cierto?
Ajá.
Entonces, BitHacker es una empresa que se dedica a capacitar y preparar personas para las diferentes ramas que hay en ciberseguridad.
Ajá.
Lo que nos solicitaron fue realizar un perfilador del tipo de personas que podían aspirar
En base a lo que
según,
ellos escojan.
exacto, según unas palabras que el software les estaría enviando, que cada palabra pertenece a una categoría en específico.
Ahí de
Entonces,
combinas para darle algún tipo de significancia.
exacto, entonces el usuario lo que debe hacer es seleccionar las palabras que crea que son más acordes a su perfil o a su afinidad, y el software va a realizar las iteraciones que considere necesarias, enviándole nuevas palabras hasta que detecte una tendencia y realice un cálculo. En este momento, cuando ya realiza el cálculo, le sugiere al usuario por qué área inclinarse para poder estudiar, ¿sí? ¿Cuál es el mejor perfil por el cual esta persona podría iniciar y especializarse en el área de ciberseguridad? Es decir, es como aconsejarle, por este lado te va a ir muy bien de acuerdo al perfil.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to go into English for the purpose. So, I mean, the idea of a combination of words that would actually create some sort of profile and that it keeps learning and learning and learning, that is interesting. I think if you put that on a website and for anybody to use, like you don't know what to do with your life, fill out these 10 words. People will actually jump to it. This is fun. At least it's fun. Thank you.
Thank you, Federico.
Thanks
Yes,
for
it's
your feedback.
fun. Thank you, guys. Gracias. Thank you, team, for being here. We're going to move on to our next presentation. Thank you, juries, as well, for your feedback and suggestions and comments. So, Pao, hello.
Hello. Okay, are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So thank you for having me here. It's an honor for me to introduce you to our project. My name is Paola, and please join me in this little story that I'm going to tell you about something that happened to me a couple of days ago. I was trying to do something by hand. It was very boring. I had to repeatedly do the same task 1 and 2 times, and just time consuming. And I don't know if you can relate on this, or sometimes this happened to you, that you just have to do something by hand, like type or something, or just do in your house something repeatedly on your job, and just, well, like I said, boring. that was exactly what was happening to Talents Consultors. This is the company we were working with, and these consultants are one of clients. They were typing the CVs by hand, like entering all the information, typing the name and everything that they needed. So it was just time consuming, and they need to do a change, something different for that. And this is the solution we came up with. I want you to see it, and then we discuss about it.
Hey everyone, so I'm gonna show you how our new feature works. So this is the main page. Here we can upload a CV. This is the CV we're gonna upload. As you can see, it's a regular structure for a CV. I can select the file here and click in upload. So here you can see all the fields fulfilled with all the relevant information, like the name, the email, the phone, the academic experience, the work experience, divided by dates, and also the skills. Here, if you can change the information. For example, if I wanted to change my name to Rodrigo Duque, also the email, and finally save this information and download as a new PDF format. You can do this by editing the rest of the information. Here you can see the final result with the field change.
So why is this unique? Because it's tailored for them. They already have an app and they are using it, but they needed something like this to use it with all kinds of CVs that they find. And well, you know, there's crazy types of CV right now. And this is scalable too. They can use it, they can add new features. This is the first part of the project. Of course, there's a lot of things to do to it, but as scalable, that's the great part of it. One of the challenges that we face, of course, technologies. These are the technologies that they were already using, so that's why we choose the same ones, because they have to integrate with it. Good planification was key, and real expectations too, because this talent group, works in Spain. So we have the time zone, and remote communication was a little bit difficult, but we managed to solve those problems. It was great to work with them, very talented and nice people to us. All of this project could be possible because of our wonderful full stack team. David Perez, let me introduce David Perez. He's a brilliant and smart man. Rodrigo Duque, creative and problem solver, and myself. It's a pleasure for me to be here with you. At the end, we solve the problem by giving them a better tool that they can load the CV, extract the information that they need, save time for the consultants, and of course, save money for the business. I think that's very important too. And for you, do you have any repetitive tasks that you want to eliminate through automation?
Oh, thank you so much for your presentation. Jorge, please.
Well, first, that's a really good presentation, the one that you just did. I think you explained like everything very clearly. You know, like it was very, very polished, like the demo and everything. And I think like, you know, it's also very refreshing to see like a woman taking the lead on presenting like something with such a confident like approach. So I really commend you, you know, like I want to commend you like on those things. And I think like, you know, like you're going places. You know, like I think like you did a really good job.
Thank you.
The other thing that I really liked was that the product is very, very focused. like on achieving one thing and doing that thing really well. So very focused project, very focused product, very client oriented. You are solving like one particular need, which I really liked. And yeah, those are my comments really. Like I think it was a really good thing on your teams.
Thank you.
Really good outcome on your team.
Thank you, Jorge. Edgar?
No, I also wanted to give you positive feedback. I think your storytelling, which you started with, was very eloquent, very smooth, which helped me wrap my head around, the problem, the solution that you were presenting, and then it just captured the audience, like you had that hook. And I think that's something that's going to be very useful as you continue to scale the solution or apply it to anything else. So very well done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Ricardo?
Yeah, I have a really positive feedback from this side also. Congrats for the storytelling. It is really important to keep the attention of the audience on you, and you really achieved it. So that's good. I have a question around, is there any possibility that these solutions, that you can continue working on this solution with this very same company? What's your forecast for the future on this?
They are going to use it for the app that they have, like I said. And at the beginning, they were trying only to put it in one place, but right now they are going to use it in different places because they liked it a lot. And I don't know if we're going to work with the same company. I don't think so, because it was just for the Capstone project. But I like working with my team, so I think we can do some other great things too. Thank you for your question, Ricardo.
I have Lucas. He wrote on the chat, Pao, and he says, it's not a question if not to congratulate the team and thanks for helping us and the commitment shown. That's what Lucas is saying.
Thank you, Lucas.
So I don't know.
Great working with you.
Thank you, Pao. I don't know if Federico, if you have something to say before we finish.
A focus is good, and I understand that your idea is to, of course, to learn every element of it, but specifically continuing the other question, where do you want to go with this? Is it simply learning experience? And if that's the case, that's fine.
No, I don't. No. I think that is.
Or are you going to devote yourself to automation? Because automation is a beautiful thing.
Yes, it's a beautiful thing.
And everybody wants to get into automation. So
yes. I think it was very good to work in this part because we have the whole experience with a team, with the actual team that company. I'm sorry, that is doing something about it. And we have been thinking about some other solutions that we can offer in different places too. But since we are one of my team members and we are psychologists. So it was great to see that this actually we can use it to give it to some other people here in Latin America and use it and to try to help them to solve real challenges, like daily things that they have to do. For example, they don't need to type this thing anymore. So we wanted to
reduction of stress and time and everything like that through automated.
Sorry?
I get it, to reduce the amount of time involved in doing these tasks through automation. And then that's the example.
Yes.
Got it.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pao. The Paola's team, their name is iTeam, right, Pao? Just to be clear, the name of their team. Yes. So thank you so much. Let's move on to our next presentation. Sebastián Lopez is here. He's ready.
Hi to everybody.
Hi, Sebas.
Hi. So I start to present to share screen. Okay.
Yes, whenever you feel ready.
Okay. So hello to everybody. I want to ask you a question that have a really important meaning, I think, for everybody, and you do not know about it. So let's start with Did you know that 2.7 million small and medium-scale farmers produce 70% of food we consume in Colombia today, despite the fact that they play a crucial role in ensuring that we have food on our tables, in our tables. The vast majority of them live in a very crucial, in very precarious conditions. Some of them live in our livers as $3 per day. So for this, one of the main causes of this situation is the lack of support for the commercialization of their products. In addition, 65% of them do not have access to credit, machinery, or good infrastructure to improve their working conditions. So for this reason, was in the need to create a strategy that could facilitate the Colombian farming marketing their products, as well as supporting the development of their projects. So we create a web platform called AgroMás that connect end users with the farmers and also investors with the farmers, so that the both parties can promote a direct relationship. And also with this, we are eliminating the intermediaries that take away the money from the farmers so that they can grow their business. In AgroMás, we have two main sections. The first one is the marketplace, as I told you, where the end user could buy the produce direct to the farmers with fair price and in a good quality. And also, we have the investment platform, so that any investor that want to invest in the project of a farmer could do it and get a return from that investment. Next, I'm going to show you a demo of the web page, so that you can see the home. In this case, at the home page. Start. The camera. I think that I have an error with the camera, but quickly. So we have here the home page. Here we have the two main sections. We are going to see a test of the marketplace in the video. In this case, we have all the products that is shown as an example. And we are going to add it to the cart. Here we have all the products in our cart. We can update it. And we can pay with the platform called OnePay, but before that, we have to log in. In this case, we have a user, so that to complete the purchase. And finally, here, the user can pay with any available payment form. And in this case, it's going to be a card, and they can finish the process. And there we will have the purchase made. We face a lot of challenges making this project, but one of the main was that when we start this project, we were not thinking about this, because we was going to start with a company, a project for a company. But we get to problems with the company, with the communication of the ideas that we are going to work. So we have to solve them and adapt to the situation and talk to the company to tell them that that is not the type of thing that we have to make. So we take our own path and we think in a project that could help the community and help us grow as developers. So for this reason, we create AgroMás. The technologies that we use for this project, the principal for the full stack framework was Next.js, that is used for the front end and the back end. For the communication with the database, that in this case is Postgres SQL, we use Prisma. And for the styling, we use Tailwind CSS. For the front end, we are used for React.js, and for the control version, we use Git. Finally, here are my teammates. In this case, we have Abigail Montes in the front end. We have also Miguel Torres for the front end, and me, Sebastian Lopez, for the back end. Here you can take the QR codes, and they're going to send you to our link. And finally, if you want to visit our website, it's live, and you can check this QR code to go and make a test of all the functionalities. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Sebas. Now, I don't know if the juries have some questions, feedback.
So,
Jorge first.
yeah, just a little bit. So then you spoke about investment, and then you spoke about like a marketplace for for products. So is
Correct.
it like is it just like for people to buy like the things, or is it like more of like just like investors to finance like the farmers so they can complete that, or are you attempting to do both?
The both things. So we have the marketplace. In this case, in the demo, we show you the marketplace. But if you go to the page that is live, you can go to the process of the investing in a project of a farmer, so that you can help them and also get a return for that investment.
Okay. Yeah, I think like either idea like is very interesting, but I think like given the small time that you guys have, like maybe like a little bit more focusing on one or the other would have been like a little bit better. However, like I think the design of the homepage is really beautiful, and it looks like a thing that looks real, like it looks like a thing that is consumer grade, like ready for prime time and so on. But I think like my main feedback would be like to choose like either it's like a Kiva-like platform, where you finance projects and you get a return, or either it's a marketplace to remove intermediaries for farmers. Because attempting to do both, it's quite challenging, and probably you're not gonna be like a good solution for either one of them. But that's my main feedback.
Okay.
Thanks much.
Thank you, Jorge. Thank you. Thank you a lot.
Well, thank you. Someone else? No?
I'll go.
Okay.
So again, like hello, Sebastian. You really had me with the opening slide, and then you lost me completely. Your El Campo Más Cerca, the nearest field. That's very interesting to me. My family is looking to move to Medellin, to Llano Grande, for example, but we have no idea what's around us other than some friends that can guide us. If I actually had a literal map of what everybody was selling, that's more powerful. Do you know what I mean? Again, it's back to logistics, Sebastian. I agree with what Jorge says. You put a lot of energy, but you put an online shop. You demoed an online store. If you only demoed, hey, I can show you what's actually around you, and you can, like you said, here are 10 projects around you. You can actually visit. You know what I mean? And you can put money in. That's so much more powerful, right? Focus is everything. Do you know what I mean, Sebastian? To be very general, to be very open is, I understand. And not so much as a solution, but more of a power, right? I think there's a lot of people interested in doing this. So El Campo Más Cercano, like I said, I love that slide, but everything else just, it fell on it. I think you're tapping on something important. If you can make it a bit more focused, more exact to the user, that would be really great. And that's just my opinion. That's not feedback. Thank you.
Thank you, Federico. Carolina. Hi, Carolina.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Carolina. Hi.
Nice to see you. Thank you so much for this presentation. And Federico, hello. I'm very glad you're here. We should really enjoy picking your brain today, guys.
Thank you very much.
This is amazing to have Federico here. He's a cuchillas, I say it in Spanish, but we can learn so much from him. So I feel the same way. I mean, obviously you're proposing solutions from the technical standpoint, but I feel I need more engagement. If you're already going to go to market and to bring investors in, we really need to focus on what's the pain. I know you can solve it, and maybe perhaps because it's capstone, you want to show us how you did that solution. but we need to go into why and how this will transform lives. To that extent, I would also like to see more financials. That's me. But you have done a great job for sure. And it's very engaging. Your presentation is very pretty as well. But I just want to see a little bit more on the technical side and the financial side, and then that, like purpose side of this presentation. Thank you.
Okay, Carolina, thank you to you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for your comments, opinions, feedback, recommendations. Sebastian and group, thank you so much for presenting. Now we have to move on to our next presentation.
What is the name of this project? Because I think I'm having a hard time connecting them. This is
Agromás.
On the drop-down menu. I don't see.
It's Redstone.
Redstone.
Redstone is the group. Is the name.
Sorry, got it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So, where is Luigi? Juan?
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Whoa. Hello, good morning, everyone. Yes, okay. Hello. Well, you can see the presentation?
Yes.
Okay, well. Okay, well, in today's world, cybersecurity is more critical than ever. Companies like 7-Way Security are responsible for ensure that their customer data and systems are safe from cyber threats. However, with the increasing complexity of cybersecurity threats, it can be difficult for clients to understand the scope and impact of these threats or on their projects. This lack of context often leads customers to send multiple emails back and forth, trying to gather information and make sense of it. Okay, we have created a solution to help you manage projects with this. With our activity map, you will have an intuitive and easy-to-use tool will allow you to graphically visualize the status and progress of your project, tests, or activities. Our activity map provides an efficient way to store data, allowing you to get detailed overview of all your tasks at a glance. You will have more control over your project and can make more informed decisions with the data we provide. And well, in this is the permission structure. The permission structure consists of an administrator who can create projects or delete projects, assign the project to a client, or finally create activities. An internal user or tester who can create activities with the project, and the external user or client who can only see the designated project and its related activities. Next, please. Well, this is the login view. Here I will log in with the administrator user. Here you can create a project and assign it to a client to view the project and activities. When you finish the create and assign the project, it's time to create activities. In this view, you will activities and third connections. The letter connections. The letter is to have more context about which activity gave way to execute another one. And well, this is the connection, and this is the activity map with complete connections. And this is the client user. He can only view the project and only view the activity map with the nodes or activities. Well, the next slide, please. And well, the tools used or technologies is the Python used for the backend, and well, use Flask for send the information for the graph, and the graph is created with JS and HTML for the front, and MySQL with the database motor database. Well, the next slide, please. Well, this is my team, JLJ. The backend is Juan Garcia. The full stack, it's me, Luigi. And the frontend, it's Joao Alcázar. Well, thank you for your attention, and thank you for all.
Thank you, Luigi. Now, any questions, judges?
How's this different from Lucid Chart or some other service for workflows?
Okay, well, it's the difference. It's between the activity map, this activity map, and Lucid Chart. It's the tester or admin. We create a graph and activities in a real time. And well, the client or the external user, whatever, he only view the project or a specific project with the requirements. And well, this project have a specific activities, because this graph is created for solving a problem with the cybersecurity context. Well, but this activity graph, he can use in different contexts in other companies, or he can use in different contexts. It's not only for cybersecurity.
Okay, thank you.
So let me understand, when you mean the activity map, when would somebody use this? Would it be because something occurred and there's a team looking to address the security issue? Is it something before, during, after?
You can repeat, please. I don't understand the question.
Don Hurtado, Don Hurtado, ¿cuándo se usaría esta aplicación? A mí sería cuando un incidente ya ocurrió, o cuando o antes de eso, o
es
las tareas diarias de mantener seguridad.
No, esta parte se hace más que nada para antes de sacar un producto, ya que
antes de sacar un producto, vale.
Ya que a la empresa, específicamente la que hice referencia, 7-Way Security, genera estos test específicos para un producto antes de que salga. Entonces, por eso comenté la parte de que el usuario no tiene que estar o enviando muchos emails para tener un contexto más claro, o viceversa. Entonces ya sería que el admin o el tester generen las actividades, el cliente haga el requerimiento, ya les diga, no, esto es tal proyecto, los requerimientos que quiero que revisen sean estos y estos. Entonces todas las actividades se van a hacer con base a esos requerimientos.
Y de ahí, en vez de mirar por correos electrónicos o actualizaciones, simplemente van al mapa y monitorean el mapa durante el proceso de chequeo.
Sí, exacto. Y pues la funcionalidad final es que no se vea el nombre específico ahí chiquitico, sino a futuro, porque el tiempo no nos fue muy amable en ese sentido, que era generar una sección en donde el tester o el admin generaban una clase o le asignaban una clase al proyecto y a la actividad, y dependiendo de qué tipo se asignaba un icono. O sea, si fuera, digamos,
exitoso o problemático o
exacto,
terrible, puedes mirarlo.
También, no solo con eso, sino que eso lo tenía pensado para el recuadro, o sea que si se pasa el mouse por encima, generara el colorcito, sino que también se viera el icono dependiendo. O sea, si es un test para, digamos, bueno, que me permitió acceder a unas credenciales, algo relacionado a esto. Si me permitió, no sé, vulnerar algo con el código, algo relacionado, pues un iconito relacionado al código. Entonces, para tener más contexto y coherencia en los nodos.
So for the purpose of English is the ability to look at series of activities that need to be considered, can be visualized on an individual basis, and avoids having to communicate consistently with email or having to check some sort of updates. And that activity map, mi última pregunta, ¿dónde se aparecería? ¿Alguien tenía que loguear a un lugar o estás pensando que sería algo en la pantalla en la oficina que todos los días estás uno mirando en la pared?
Esto ¿me puedes explicar un poquito mejor? Que este no la entendí muy bien.
Es que para que yo mire el mapa, ¿qué tengo que hacer? ¿Acceder a un sistema? Que
Sí,
también,
exactamente.
o es algo más pensado que lo pones en la pared de la oficina, como uno siempre lo mira para ver cómo cosas están avanzando?
Pues podría ambas, porque específicamente es una página específica para una empresa. Entonces,
vale.
lo que la empresa sí o sí requiere es que no cualquier usuario o cualquier persona se pueda registrar, solamente las personas designadas o que han pedido o requerido el servicio. Entonces, por medio de una script interno que tenemos, se puede crear el usuario. Entonces, ya de ahí, pues la página va a estar libre, el usuario llega, se inscribe, pone sus credenciales y ahí ya va, como se mostró en el video,
sí.
va a tener una sección tipo tabla en donde puede ver el nombre del proyecto, el día que se creó, los requerimientos que pasó y puede ver las actividades de dicho proyecto. Y pues con base a que se vayan realizando actividades, apenas el tester termine de generar la actividad, no sé, la actividad 2, al instante se le va a ver también reflejado al cliente. Entonces es así, es de manera sincrónica.
Gracias. Interesante proyecto.
Gracias.
Presentación pésima. Producto
Lo sé.
bueno.
Lo sé. Es que
podemos
es que
hablar de
cuando
películas, hermano.
cuando todo puede salir mal, sale mal. Literal, hace un momento, 10 minutos antes de empezar la presentación, se me fue el internet y estoy solamente desde el teléfono y mi compañero.
No hay excusas, hermano. Es la vida real. Todos estamos ahí.
Cierto, qué pena.
Well, thank you, group, for being here, for presenting. We have to move on with our last group, right? This is the closing.
Thank you for all.
Bye. Our speaker, Juan David Otálora.
Okay, good morning. Let me share my screen and we'll start right away. Okay, so good morning, everybody. I'm going to present to you an application for visualization and filtering of investors and connections for the company Techstars. Don't you feel frustrated when you lose time in manual tasks? We'll have spent a lot of time in the office doing manual tasks that can be easily solved with software that can take less than 1 month to implement in a project. Particularly, we worked with the company Techstars, which is an accelerator of startups, which means that they basically connect startups with investors. So there is this process in this company where a coworker asks for certain information of a particular investors, and he asks Yasmin, which is the person in charge of this process, and then she has to go to 2 different databases. To extract investors, she has to go to PitchBook, a platform, and for extracting the connections of these investors, she has to go to Affinity. Then she has to consolidate this information and send it back to the coworker. So as you can see, this process generates dependency and quick access to information problems. So we came up with this solution where we built a well-suited web application where the coworker can access to this information instantly and directly without the need of a third party. He just asked the application for the particular information of an investor, and the application will send it back with the connection of this investor. I'm going to present to you a demo of this application so you can see how it works. So for the design of this application, we looked for the official webpage of Techstars for textures and colors, and we came up with this minimalist design that has fluidity in its functionality and also all the needed features that a user may need. As you can see, the user can enter the credentials and get into the web page, then filter by many of the columns of the data, and then get all the information needed of investors and their connections. So we also built a security so the administrator can control the access. And as you can see, it's very simple application, just needed for the use of this problem. So the main features of this application were a protected login and sign up, as I said, where the administrator of the application can have control of who access to it. Also data exporting, where the user can download the data in a CVS file format. Filtering, where the user can filter the data by many of the columns of the table. And finally, a responsive design, where the user can open this application in any kind of device. So we face the challenge of learning new technologies and also understanding how they can best fit in our project. For example, we use MySQL to implement the database. We also use Fast API to implement the API, which retrieves the data needed. Node.js to connect the API with the front end. We also use React to design and implement the front end. And finally, we use Bootstrap to make the front end responsive. So this is our team: Alejandro Garcia, which was in charge of the front end, Juan Hernandez, which was in charge of the database, the API, and also the security of the users, and myself, Juan Otárola, which was in charge of the database, the API, and also the documentation of the project. Down there, you can find our QR codes for you to connect with us via LinkedIn. Thank you very much for watching.
Juan, thank you. So,
Okay,
question?
Nobody? That means I have to go.
Okay. No, Jorge has.
Jorge, go ahead,
Yeah.
Jorge.
So what was the exact problem that the Techstars have that you were trying to solve?
Okay, yeah. So the problem was that Jasmine, which was the person in charge of the process, had to manually get the information and consolidate it every time that someone needed information of investors, because she was like the third person in charge of that. So she wanted to automate this process and to let the other coworkers have direct access to the information and like not having to need her.
Yeah, but
Okay,
you're
so
saying, but who's sorry, on your question, Jorge, right?
Yeah.
But who's
ahead.
actually using this? Is it an internal person?
Yes, it's an internal person. Yeah.
All right, sorry, go ahead, Jorge.
No, it's just like that. I think like the problem statement. Like now that you said that, like now the rest like makes sense.
Okay.
But I think like like it was a little bit unclear to me, like whether this was a tool for connect with investors, or like that was used for the founders, or that whether it was like that kind of thing.
Sure.
So
Yeah,
like now that you explain it, like like would you answer my question, and now okay, now it makes sense. So just like a
Still
little
you
bit
have internal usage. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, perfect.
Has Techstars states that this actually solved the problem? Like, could you guys actually add value to the organization?
We had a continuous communication with Jasmine, which was our connection with Techstars, and she really liked the result, and we will have a meeting next week to present that to them, and also we will have to add new features and adjust and install the database. We want to have communication with them because we are interested in this tool to work to actually have a value. But yeah, they were very happy with the result.
Congrats.
Thank you.
So if this is used internally,
Yeah.
correct? And this is other team members, what do they do with the CSV, or you do not know?
Yeah, this was a feature that was asked for us to develop, because they normally use this information in Excel. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they have some dashboards to feed, but yeah, that was something that they asked for, and we just wanted to add it for the convenience.
Got it. Because it's always good to understand what is the end result.
Yeah.
Like you said, if it's a dashboard or report, maybe instead of, or in addition to CSV, maybe you could use Grafana and simply generate a graph.
Sure.
You know what I mean? That way you can skip what they normally would do, reduce their time. But
Perfect,
my
yeah.
question is why internally they wouldn't simply use a database function to export? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because-
I think that the people that use it are not very technical, so they needed something very simple,
all right,
and
that makes
of
sense.
simple usage, so they can just access the information. And maybe they CSV, because they use Excel, they don't really know how to access the database. So yeah, that was really what they needed.
Got it. I mean, it's fine. I really would be more interested to find out the end goal, and if you could facilitate the end goal, that
Sure.
would be a lot more powerful. Do you know what I mean?
I agree. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Edgar, yes.
Sure. If I can add also from Tech Sources, definitely I can attest to this, something that will add tremendous value to our team. I can also see it when we work with the founders in their fundraising process, right? To make that process more efficient, help them close rounds faster by being able to curate, whether it be the list of investors or contacts that we can also check internally, because it is a very time-consuming process, thinking back on how, exactly our team does it. At the moment, I wanted to actually, my question was more, great presentation.
Thank you.
Juan David. Thank you for that. I wanted to touch more on like the challenges that you had within your team, if there were any challenges away from the technical side, right? Like how did you apply your soft skills?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so at the beginning of the project, we were trying to figure it out what was really the need of the company, because we didn't want to be very ambitious and try to do something that didn't work and just to show off or something. We really wanted to find the exact solution, to be direct and to really take advantage of the time. So at the beginning, we as a team, we were figuring out how to really understand what was it. So we did a lot of whiteboarding. We tried to put our ideas in paper first, and to be on the same page. So we really understood that. So I think that was a very like a challenge for us to really come up and to synchronize our minds and get with just a single simple solution that really add value to her, to the company, of course, and to Jasmine as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Fernando.
Thank you, Natalia. Yeah, I just want to, probably we missed that part in the introduction. There are two types of projects that we encourage the Holberton programmers to do. First, they go through a 8 months training program, and the last month they do this kind of project and they finish. In 9 months, they go from basically from zero to programmer, and part of that process is that in the last month they should be doing this project as a way to actually put their the training, the knowledge that they acquired and did that process in practice with a real problem. And we encourage them to either solve a problem that has been proposed for a company, or solve a problem that they want to do on their own. Then, in many cases, companies like in this case, Talant and Techstar and many other companies has proposed a specific challenge to the team, and in other case, they come up with ideas to develop a problem. Then it's not necessarily the typical startup methodology that we encourage that, and we work with the startups too, but it's more to see how they can solve real problems applying what they have learned technically. And some of them are general problems that they want to try to tackle, and some of them are specific problems that a company is proposing to them. And just to give a little bit of more context, why some projects are very specific to some issues and not necessarily are projects with a business model or things like that.
May I say something to that, Hernando? I promise it'll be short. I'm believing in startup. I created startups. I invent, and I don't believe in business model. I don't believe in solving problems. Really, I think one of the biggest problems, if anything, is people are not creating liberal in a free way. They're not looking. They're not exploring. Since you're running this project, I would love another competition where people simply looked at an area and simply explored it. Right? People love ChatGPT, but that's open AI. They've been exploring AI for so many different ways. The best technologies out there are because people are creating things that don't exist yet. And it's not problem solving. It's not meeting a business model simply. And that's where I think in the US, we're very competitive around that, right? So I'd love to see that. I really would love to see more of that. You know, I understand people need to solve problems. I get it. And remember, team, this is your portfolio. This is people going to hire you. They want to be impressed by you. They want to be impressed, not just did I solve a problem, but how is my thinking? Am I creative? Because I hire people, right? I hire people on things that they've tried that I never even thought about. And it goes beyond the problem. So I just wanted to share that. I appreciate the opportunity.
No, that absolutely. That I think the creativity, as you mentioned, is fundamental, and they really are the ones that decide how to do it. There is and use as much creativity as they can, because exactly many companies actually that in the past has been working with us, I mean with the academy, with Holberton, are doing it for the purpose of hiring, because they want to understand the way that they think, the way that they solve a problem, not necessarily for the problem itself, but to see their skills, the way of thinking, and the approach to a problem solution more than anything else. And then some of those problems are offered to the participants, to the programmers, as a way of understanding better their talent and hire them.
I understand. All right. What's the name of the project? Because is it Spark? Because I'm just
That's the name of the team.
The team, correct.
Yeah.
Sorry, because I didn't see the name of the team at all. So I'm deducing. All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you, team. Thank you for your time, Juan, Esteban, Alejo. Thank you for being here. And now we have to move on with the juries so that we are able to know who are the top 3 for them. And so I think they're going to need a time. Pau, can you explain, please, what they have to do next?
Okay, sure. So thank you for attendance. I know it's been like a long journey. So the idea will be for all of you to choose like the juries, of course, the 3 top projects that you see here, and you can send it the answer to me on WhatsApp. We already have the Google Forms. That's great. All of you have done it, but the idea will be to make it more agile. So I will be on WhatsApp waiting for your replies, and after that we will announce it here. Thank you.
Oh, so we each individually send it to you, Paulina, on WhatsApp?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. I thought we were going to be reviewing it amongst all the jury, and we come up with.
Or we can create a WhatsApp group. I can do it right now, because the thing is that here on webinar we cannot create a different.
Oh, got it.
room.
I don't know if the other jury members would like that, but that's usually good because it helps me also rethink maybe the way that I'm looking at it. It's not correct.
It's great.
You know what I mean?
If it's okay for you, I can create the group.
That'd be great. That would be great for me. I don't know what the other jury members, maybe they have the time or not, but I'd love to, really hear it, because it's one thing when you hear it in front of the people, it's another thing when you hear it, outside of that. But that's up to you.
Right for me.
Would you like to go to another Zoom?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
Breakout room with you.
Yes, that'd be beautiful.
Okay, so I'm
Okay.
gonna share another Zoom link so you are able to go and talk about it and just take a few
Or
minutes and come back.
you can just create like a breakout room. I don't know if that's possible or not.
No, here at Zoom
Here on
Okay,
webinar
that's
is
okay.
not
Okay.
possible. Yes.
So Paulina, if you want to share with us on WhatsApp that new link.
Yeah,
Let me
for
share
sure.
the link. I'm gonna send it. I'll send it to your WhatsApp.
All right.
Okay, I will create another room to talk about it.
Beautiful. And again, thank you for inviting.
Thank you all. I'm going to send the link now.
And for our holbies, please wait here while the juries go and talk about all the projects. They're not going to take a lot of time. And as soon as they come back, we will announce the top 3. And then when we finish this, we can go to the Holby Awards. I send you the link in your calendar. You can see the link of the Holby Awards. Okay.
All right.
Ricardo, can you please confirm if you're able to go to the other link? Were you able
Yep.
to enter? Okay.
I'm going in.
Porque se supone que no tiene host. Yo siempre lo dejo abierto, pero quiero estar segura que pueden entrar.
Vale, ahí voy.
No ha arrancado, Nati, me dicen.
Okay.
Paulina, ¿podrías colocar la presentación y música, porfa, mientras los esperamos?
Vale, pensé que estaba sonando.
No, no está sonando.
Dale. ¿Ya lo escuchas ahí?
Sí, se escucha.
Sometimes I feel I got to run away, I've got to get away from the pain you drive into the heart of me. The love we share seems to go nowhere, and I've lost my life, for I tossed and turn, I can't sleep at night. Sometimes I feel I got to run away, I've got to get away, 'cause you don't really want any more for me to make things right. You need someone to hold you tight, and you think love is to pray, but I'm sorry, I don't pray that way. Back to when you try, back to hide me, back to when you try, back to hide me. Sometimes I feel I got to run away, I've got to get away from the pain you drive into the heart of me. The love we share seems to go nowhere, and I've lost my life, for I tossed and turn, I can't sleep at night. Tainted love, tainted love, tainted love, tainted love, tainted love. Touch my baby, tainted love. Touch my baby, tainted love. Back to when you try, back to hide me, back to when you try, back to hide me. Back to when you try, hide me. Back to when you try, hide me. Tainted love, oh, tainted love, oh. Borderline, there she goes on the left side. Merry-go, round people, little white lights. I know that it's over, so where do we go? Where do we go? Oh, you know that I know that it's over, so where do we go? Where do we go? Oh, don't let the heartbreak hit you on a Saturday night. Come meet me halfway in between dark and the light. 'Cause voice in my head said I ain't going back to my bed. Yeah, I'm alright, Adeline. Hold the door as I walk by. We can fly and watch the floor as they live life. I know that it's over, so where do we go? Where do we go? Oh, you know that I know that it's over, so where do we go? Where do we go? Oh, don't let the heartbreak hit you on a Saturday night. Come meet me halfway in between dark and the light. 'Cause voice in my head said I ain't going back to my bed. Yeah, don't let the heartbreak hit you on a Saturday night. Come meet me halfway in between dark and the light. 'Cause voice in my head said I ain't going back to my bed. Yeah. They say it's done when it's done, but I run, still chasing that moment. I never felt that way about someone, like my chest was wide open. Now I'm trying my best to survive, but I see you in every sunrise, and my paper heart is on fire. Yeah, I'm coming off your chemicals. I know it's only temporal, sensual, but I still got you in my blood, in my body. And I know it's bad, but I want you back. Ooh, ah, eh, ah. I want your body like ooh, ah, eh, ah. I want you back again. Ooh, ah, eh, ah. I want your body like ooh, ah, eh, ah. I want you back again. I wonder if you're with somebody else. Do you take her to our spot? Was it easy to forgive yourself for messing it all up? I keep trying my best to survive, but I see you in every twilight, and my paper heart is on fire. Yeah, I'm coming
Hola.
Hola, Nat. Ready?
Yes, we are. Dame un segundo, voy a compartir. Hola, ya estamos con los jurados. ¿Quién falta? Ricardo.
Ricardo tuvo que salir un momento, entonces él se disculpa por no estar ahorita al final.
Ah, bueno, no hay problema, listo. Entonces, thank you, holbies. Thank you for waiting. I know you are a little bit nervous. First, for the juries, I'm going to share the YouTube link. Yes.
Wow.
So there you have the YouTube link if you want to share with people you know and the people that are watching us from YouTube. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being patient. We will be able to talk about this experience next week in our daily stand-up, maybe. And now we have the top 3. So in the third place, this is very weird because I can see their face since they are like, he's not here like panelists. But on the third place, we have Spark, the group Spark, third place. Second place, we have Hard Soft. You are in the second place, guys. Congratulations. And our first place is iTeam. That's the winner of this capstone project. iTeam is the winner, number 3. Second, Hard Soft, and third is Spark. Okay, but it was hard. All of you did a great job, and you know what? Like, you made it to capstone project, and you finished the 9 months, and that's a really big deal for your life. This is something important. Now you're gonna enter a new world. You're gonna be able to accomplish your dreams, and that's what's matter. So thank you for joining. For the judges, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate that you are here, that you are able to share your thoughts, your opinions, your feedback. This is very important for our hobbies, for us from Holberton, because that's what we need. We need constant feedback. We need people that really is interested in what our hobbies do. And this experience makes us or is giving us a lot of tools to grow every day so that we can apply them to the new cohorts that are coming. So thank you for your time. We really appreciate it. I don't know if you have something to say for them, for the people that are watching us.
I have some things. So just like to make sure that everyone like gets it, I'm going to switch to Spanish. Is that okay? Okay, buenísimo. Bueno, primero nada, agradecerles muchísimo el trabajo y el esfuerzo que le pusieron a esto. Yo sé que los bootcamps son experiencias intensas y el hecho de que hayan llegado hasta esta etapa y que se hayan enfocado tanto en trabajar en un producto así ya en la parte final, de verdad, es un esfuerzo considerable y les agradezco muchísimo como la invitación y el tener la oportunidad de ver sus trabajos. Y creo que una cosa que vimos en todos, o que yo al menos vi en todo, es la parte de que todos realmente se tomaron este capstone en serio y que realmente se enfocaron en hacer productos, ¿sabes? Con el esfuerzo y demás y la dedicación que esto meritaba. Entonces, agradecerles eso. Yo creo que un par de cosas que yo vi como áreas de oportunidad, siento que una es enfocarse mucho en quién es el cliente final o el propósito del producto, del capstone que están haciendo, y enfocar los esfuerzos en lograr eso. Creo que los productos exitosos que al menos yo vi fueron equipos que estaban bien enfocados y que tenían muy claro en la cabeza qué es lo que querían lograr durante el capstone y no se desenfocaron. Entonces tú lo veías en la narrativa del problema, la solución, los features que priorizaban, etcétera, y la relación cercana con los clientes. Entonces creo que eso fue una cosa muy importante. Y el otro tema es en que muchas veces también la presentación también cuenta mucho, ¿no? Porque también, sabes, no nada más enfocarte en el producto, en la parte técnica, sino también en poder comunicar ¿sabes? La razón de por qué estás haciendo eso, ¿sabes? Cuáles son las funcionalidades, las fortalezas de tu proyecto, etcétera. Porque muchas veces los clientes con los que van a estar interactuando no son personas técnicas, ¿sabes? Son personas que van a estar más enfocadas en la parte de negocio y son las personas que van a poder estar evaluando los procesos, que les van a asignar presupuesto, que les van a poder contratar. Todas esas personas son personas no técnicas, entonces una habilidad muy grande que tienen que tener los desarrolladores de software o las personas técnicas es el poder explicar a personas que no son, sabes, como duchas en la tecnología, cuál es el valor que están ofertando, ¿no? Entonces, eso son como un par de comentarios ahí que ojalá les puedan servir.
Bueno, por mi lado quería también darles las gracias a todos por la invitación y felicitar a todos los holbies. Excelente trabajo. Creo que algo de feedback o sí, una recomendación es mantener ese entusiasmo, sea que vayan por el camino de trabajar como developers para una empresa o otro cliente o una startup, o si en algún momento lanzar sus propias startups. Y creo que si van por el camino de crear sus propias startups, algo a tener en cuenta es cómo son diferentes a los demás, ¿cierto? How to differentiate yourselves and being able to sell that and present it. Entonces, creo que los acompaña muchísimo a la hora de buscar la siguiente oportunidad de comenzar algo propio o en algún futuro levantar capital. Entonces, es para que lo tengan en cuenta y los mejores éxitos para todos.
Thank you.
Y bueno, de mi parte, primero, antes de todo, le agradezco a cada persona que tomó el tiempo para presentar. Yo sé que no es algo muy cómodo y ¿quién somos nosotros? Somos humanos como ustedes. No tenemos dueños de la razón o del propósito también. Ustedes definen eso. La cosa más importante para mí es, yo entiendo que cuando entro en un programa tienen que cumplir ciertas normas y eso existe en todas nuestras vidas, cuando entramos en una empresa o cuando nos contrata para hacer un trabajo. Pero yo creo que recuerden algo, que estamos entrando a algo tan bello como tecnología, pero también se vuelve muy competitivo. Y al fin del día, lo que va a dejar más en la mesa es qué tan creativo puede ser. Así que toma un montón de riesgo, no un poco, toma un montón de riesgo. Ataca cosas que nadie está pensando, ¿me entiendes? Y le digo algo, siempre vas a impresionar y vas a dejar una marca cuando demuestras algo a tu cliente, a tus socios, a tus aliados, algo más allá de lo que el problema te limita. Cuando simplemente nos limitamos a solucionar el problema, es como tomando aspirina. Eso no es todo, ¿me entienden? Tienen una oportunidad para hacer cosas muy buenas, siempre tomen riesgos. Es la única manera para realmente llegar a distancias que nadie ha pensado. Solamente cumpliendo con las normas no te va a llegar ahí y simplemente hay siempre competencia más barato, más rápido, más eficiente. Así que tomen esta oportunidad, tomen lo que están aprendiendo y creen cosas muy creativas. Eso me encantaría ver. Muchas gracias.
Bueno, muchísimas gracias por esos consejos, por participar. A todos los que nos están viendo por YouTube, la mayoría son holbies, tomen nota porque ustedes son los próximos en hacer ese Capstone Project y todas estas opiniones, recomendaciones son muy valiosas para poder dar siempre hacer un mejor proyecto. ¿Listo? Y a nuestros participantes, a nuestros holbies, felicidades. Terminaron Foundations, terminó estos 9 meses, ya nos podemos relajar, ya pueden quitarse ese peso de encima, por favor, ya pueden descansar. Nosotros sabemos que ha sido pues sobre todo estos últimos 30 días, algo muy duro para ustedes, falta de sueño, o sea, donde han tenido que enfrentar varias situaciones, pero lo lograron y quiero felicitarlos y decirles que personalmente para mí pues es un orgullo, ¿no? Haberlos visto desde el primer día, ¿no? Que entraran a Holberton como que vamos a hacer y poderlos ver aquí ya tocando esa gran puerta. Entonces, muchas gracias por estar aquí, los jurados, muchísimas gracias por su tiempo nuevamente y esperamos encontrarnos en el camino, si es posible. Gracias por su tiempo, de verdad, lo valoramos muchísimo.
Muchas gracias a ustedes, Natalia, y todo el equipo. Muchas gracias.
Gracias.
Muchas gracias.
Gracias.
Tengan un delicioso almuerzo. A los Holby los espero en el otro link para entregar los Holby Awards y relajarnos un poco y poner musiquita y celebrar. Chao a
Muchas
todos.
gracias, que estén muy
Muchas
bien.
gracias.